Absolutely.
We haven't started yet. Gotcha. Welcome back to another episode of Sports for Dummies. My name is Josh, joined by fellow dummy co-host John. How are you going?
Hello, everybody. I feel weird just looking straight at that camera.
It's better than your face.
It's just looking straight at me.
It's better than having
My face is fantastic. What are we talking about?
I prefer the camera.
You might have better arms, but I don't know about your face.
Oh,
I didn't think that was controversial.
oh, there we go. There you have it. Johnny reckons I've got the better arms. He's got the better face. There you go.
Absolutely.
Well, viewers, have you say. Didn't realize we were that big of flocks.
You insulted me. Keep going.
What did I insult you on? Looking at
I'm
the
not.
camera?
I'm not going back.
I'm joking.
I'm not
Anyway,
going
we
back into it.
had. Fuck, I'm working up a sweat in here. It's hot.
It's working those guns.
It's hot.
It's working those guns.
We had a big day of NBA today. We had the Celtics and the Thunder.
What a game. So you had the two best sides. You had the best team in the East with the Celtics, who I think are the best side in the comp, and you had Thunder, who was second, and they're just incredibly deep sides. And geez, what a game it was to watch. Like it was great. It was close all the way. Thunder came back out. And then in that last quarter, the Celtics brought it right back, but good win by the Thunder.
Well, for anyone who did watch it, it was good to see the Celtics definitely came back and were clutch when they needed to be. But then you had, SGA come in, hit his free throws at the end. Chet hit some crucial shots. It's very well and truly, I would say, the Thunder are my number one top pick at the moment to win the finals, to take it out.
They've just become your favourites.
100%. They weren't. So to be honest, they weren't there up until they've beaten Denver twice.
Yep.
And now to take on on the Celtics with a full strength squad and beat them with their starting five and the power that they have, Thunder have to be in contention to be the people to beat. Yes, you've got the Timberwolves. I don't know how you rate the Timberwolves.
No, not there yet. But I mean, we'll dissect the game. It was Celtics were just up at the first half, and Kristaps Porzingis was really giving Chet the business. He was lethal from three. He was good in the post. He was even good off the dribble. He was really giving Chet a lesson, in playing that center position with footwork. Jason Tatum was huge in the second quarter and was really good in that fight back. What I guess could see that was disappointing, Jaylen Brown shot 22% from the field and 0% from three. He was 4 from 18. And that was he was shocking. And then he was at least hitting his free throws and he missed a crucial one at the end. But I mean, okay, look at the difference here. From the field, 52% by the Thunder, 45 for the Celtics, and from three, 45% from the Thunder, 37 from the Celtics. You're just not going to win that way.
No.
They just weren't efficient.
Yeah, for anyone who didn't actually watch it, doesn't know the scores, the Thunder got up 127 to 123. So it was a good flowing game. Up until the end, it was very, very, very tight. It was just a matter of literally a few fouls and a few free throws that were the difference. Celtics definitely have the clutch players. It was good to see SGA hit those clutch free throws. There was a moment of doubt where he was, I think, the pressure, it seemed like it definitely did get to them.
So this was the interesting thing. So it was 10 points at three-quarter time. The Thunder started the last quarter with their second unit. So you had players like Kenrich Williams, Cason Wallace, like SGA, Giddey, Chet. They were all on the bench.
They just thought they'd got it.
And they took it out to 8. They are the ones who actually took it out to 18.
Yeah.
Then obviously the first unit went back on, and that's when the Celtics brought it right back. But SGA wasn't hitting his shots. The Celtics were defending him really well.
Yeah.
What was awesome to see was Chet, who we spoke about last video. He was well beaten by Porzingis, I thought, in that whole game. But in the last quarter, he hit 2 crucial 3 points when it needed to be. And Josh Giddey, who's back to some form from last year, he hit those 2 free throws at the end that just sent it back to 4 points.
He played some cracking.
He was really good.
Cracking ball.
And I said the Celtics have the best starting 5. But dare I say it, Oklahoma Thunder right now, I think, have the deepest roster.
Well, they do. To beat the squad that has the best starting 5, it doesn't really matter. You can have a team, but you can't play all the minutes.
But the Celtics have a good bench too.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not denying that. But to see the Thunder come out, they realistically should have held that lead more than it did. Celtics definitely are going to be up there for the title.
100%. And that should annoy them.
Yeah, it should.
But it's still a long season to go. It was in Oklahoma. But again, there was some, I guess.
Well, didn't we think it was at
No, it was at Oklahoma.
No, we thought it was at Boston yesterday. I remember we mentioned.
Oh yes, because of the way the team was read out. I guess how they structured it.
Yeah.
I guess what it showed, which has always happened with this current group of the Celtics, is they've been making conference finals for the last 5 years in the finals. They're a young group that have experience, but in crucial moments they live and die by the 3, and with their turnovers. And Oklahoma, you could tell, were pretty nervous holding on to that lead.
Yeah, you could see that.
SGA was very uncharacteristic. I mean, he was on 33 points at 3/4 time and ended up with 36.
He was shooting shots that were not his automatic shots.
Or there was a couple that he should have gone for it. He went for the pass.
Yeah.
But that was why it was good to see someone like Chet and Giddey really stand up as the younger brigade and really hit it home. So in terms of what does that do, what does that do for you? So you've got OKC.
I think OKC at this
now
current
the
firm favourite to take out the finals, just based on, in my opinion. Yes, you could look at the Timberwolves. I don't have the Timberwolves and the Thunder. They've played, haven't they?
They've played Timberwolves one.
And then have Timberwolves played the Celtics?
It's good. I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have. It's an interesting one. So definitely, I want Thunder to be in there because I think they're the most exciting to watch. Are they better than the Nuggets? They beat the Nuggets when the Nuggets had a few out.
You know what? Stand corrected. They have played.
Yeah.
Celtics and the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Went into overtime. Timberwolves got up.
Timberwolves are under the radar because everyone forgets about them. The Thunder Thunder are a sexy team. Like you want them to win.
I genuinely do.
Are they better than those two? Not sure, but you definitely want them to be there.
Yeah, without doubt. It'd be a good. I think that in the finals, not conference, in the finals.
Them and Celtics, if that's the finals, that would be a great matchup.
It'd just be good for the NBA as well.
Well, they're both deep rosters.
Yeah. No, I agree. It was a good game. We'll quickly run through the rest of the games. I'll just bring them up for everyone to see right now. So you had the 76ers and the Bulls. 76ers 1-1-0 to the Bulls 97. Obviously, we had the Thunder and the Celtics 127 to 123. Thunder getting up. Then you had the Pelicans and the Nets. Pelicans 1-1-2 to the Nets 85. Then you had the Grizzlies and the Spurs. Grizzlies at 106, Spurs 98. Warriors and Magic. Warriors got up 1-2-1 to the Magic 1-1-5. And then you had the Kings and the Hornets, which, well, I'm actually glad that there was a bit of an upset because the Kings 1-0-4 to the Hornets 1-1-1. So I was quietly impressed because I've always said, I don't want the Kings to be close to the Clippers. I feel like they always have an edge on us. I don't know why. Their roster's not really that prompt. Like,
they got some good players.
They have some good players. I'm not denying that. They're fifth in the West, which is a very, good. Very strong conference.
Wouldn't you want to play them if their roster's not that good?
It's just that it's a mental edge.
They're good. They're a good side.
Clearly, you can see that.
Fox, Monk, they've got it. I wouldn't want to play them, but because they're a good side.
This is what I'm trying to say. I don't want the Clippers to come up against them, and I'm glad. I think the Pelicans are right on their tail, which is good to see. So I'd rather come up against the Pelicans because I don't think Zion's. I just don't think he's.
It's his question mark on his health if he's even going to be there.
which is weird. Yeah, I didn't realize. I was watching. I don't know if anyone's actually watched Zion Williamson play. He's actually quite he's a fatty. Like
I don't know how you're surprised. That's his whole career. That's
no, but I feel like he got fatter.
I'm pretty sure he's got a fat clause.
Yeah, I think you
only
said that
2
in the
Big
last
Macs.
Well, that sums up the NBA for today. We do have a very, very important topic, which was John and I are going to share our best NBA buzzer beaters of all time. It's a big call. Like there's a lot. We're gonna start with yours. Do you want to introduce the? You don't have to tell us the man. You don't have to tell us what the situation. You could just run us through a brief little overview, and we can play it for the viewers.
So I'm going to tell them who it was. The GOAT, Michael Jordan, despite what everyone believed. A lot of people, his career just started in the 90s and he won championships. But believe it or not, for his first 3-4 years, he didn't win. I think he only won one. It was before he'd won a playoff series. He hadn't won a playoff series.
Yeah, right.
And the notion was his team wasn't good enough. He was just a scorer. Scoring champions didn't win titles. And there was a lot of, pressure on him. And they were going up against a very good Cavaliers side in the 80s. And there was 3 reporters saying Bulls to lose in 3, Bulls to lose in 4, and Blues to lose in 5. He gets the shot on Craig Elo, and he in Game 5, there was only 5 games in the first round of the Eastern Conference Finals, and he hit it. And it was his celebration afterwards is what it was, pretty much telling everyone, get the fuck out of here. And he even said before the game to all those reporters, we took care of you, now we're going to take care of you. And it just really, it was the start of, in his NBA career where that was the shot that it was like, okay, Michael Jordan, even though he'd arrived in the playoff circuit and the Bulls were now, a winning culture was started to be had, and there was many more after that.
That's a very, very good summary.
It's a pretty important moment in NBA.
It's a very pivotal, I knew the moment too. I think a lot of people know.
It's
anyway,
part of his story. It's iconic. It's synonymous with his story.
All right, we'll play it for the viewers.
With the timeout now has only a 20. The Bulls have 3 seconds to try a shot and try to win the game. You'll see the drama unfold. Sellers will inbound.
It's intense.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer.
There he is. Get the fuck out of there. Everyone had doubted him.
Michael Jordan hit the basket at the...
That's pretty damn special.
Because I think there was a bit where he talks to the reporters as well, and he was just like, "Get the fuck out."
Oh, we didn't have that bit, but that's impressive. The way he slowed down, he waited for the defender to go past.
He double clutched it, didn't he?
Yeah, he double punched.
He's the GOAT, but then that was the first. I mean, hit the buzzer beater in his college finals game, but that was his first one in the the NBA, their first finals playoff series win, and he just didn't stop from there.
Yeah, no.
And there's many more. I could have picked,
there are
half a dozen Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan's pretty damn good.
You're pretty good.
Now, for my one, I'm going to start with, he was arguably the best 3-point shooter on the planet at the time. And then you had a man, Steph Curry, come along. Anyway, long story short, we had the Heat and the Spurs. Game 6. Spurs are up 3-2, 92-95. They're down. Last play of the game. My boy, Ray Allen. I mean, you had a pretty dominant team. You had, LeBron, Bosh, Wade, Ray Allen. You had that's some superstardom right there.
Oh, and they're going up against the all-conquering Spurs with Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Parker. I mean, that's a dynasty side.
There were dynasty sides.
It was a very strong, 2 strong sides.
2013 NBA Finals, big time moment. This is when games are won and you see the clutchest of the clutch. Now, we're going to go into this one. It was Ray Allen hitting the three to tie the game to take it into overtime. I couldn't have said that any better. I nailed that.
I could have said it better.
Oh,
no.
Oh, no.
Should Miami go for the three right away? Just a
No. We're not playing this game.
Should the Spurs foul? Should Miami go for the three right away? Just attack the
So this is why Michael Jordan is the GOAT.
It doesn't even want to work.
We're using a video from the 80s and it works perfectly. And then you use one with LeBron.
Won't go.
Hold up, here we go.
Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with
Well,
5
for anyone who could
seconds
watch that,
remaining.
apparently the internet's just decided to die on us even though we pre-loaded that one. But
That was
The
huge.
officials
That
are going to
is-
review to see if Allen
and I
was
remember
behind.
they came back and reviewed the shot.
See his footwork.
Yeah.
Because he was in line.
He was in the two,
and he's
and then
moved back. And that was an awesome last quarter because the Spurs had them dead to rights. LeBron, I think, scored 10 in a row. He did miss, a couple though in the end. And people say it. I don't subscribe to this. He saved LeBron James's legacy.
Yeah, that's big. Well, he did. Anyway.
That is the biggest shot in
history.
in NBA history. You're in a final and you're down.
100%.
He misses that, they're out.
They're out. They're done. When it comes down to what they're playing for the win.
Yeah.
And in a big time, in a big moment where the whole crowd's standing up, everyone's elevated, the intensity is there, to come out and hit a shot that good is just simply, I couldn't even imagine. Could you imagine hitting that shot? Imagine being Ray Allen.
You'd think you're the best 3-pointer of all time.
You'd walk in and go, like old mate John Morant, I'm a dog.
And you had every right to say it.
Yeah, literally.
Had every right to say it.
No, it was one of the best moments. They get up in overtime, tie the series, and go on to win Game 7.
And then they win in Game 7, and Miami win their second in a row. It was huge. It was huge.
You can't top that. I remember watching that live. It was one of the most impeccable moments of I've ever watched. I hadn't watched a lot of basketball before then, 2013, and yeah, it was amazing. Anyway, then we had a topic of conversation around who's better out of Shaquille O'Neal.
So let me read the. So I got tagged in a post.
You can read it.
I got
yes,
tagged in a Facebook post,
little feature,
and it was this version of Embiid is just a better player than Shaq. He is, because Shaq was a 44-minute guy. Those last 4 minutes, that when Kobe was so important, Shaq's free throw shooting was a liability. Embiid's free throw shooting is a legitimate strength.
It is.
Okay.
I agree with that last point.
All right. Let's debunk this. Because it's true. It's true. So, for his career, Joel Embiid's at 82.4% free throw shooting.
We're going to bring it up for the viewers.
Shaq is around 50%. That is fine. But to say that Embiid is better than Shaq because of stats. Now, Joel Embiid this year is averaging 35, 11, and 6. And for his career, he's 27, 11, and 3.
It's big.
It's huge. However, he has never got past the second round. Not once. His average in the playoffs last year, after averaging over 33, was 23, 9, and 23 and 9. So he drops.
Yeah.
He drops all the time. The best players either keep their average or elevate. Now let's look at Shaquille O'Neal.
But was that the point that the
What's
post
the point? Joel Embiid was horrible. There's no point. There's no point. Joel Embiid was disgraceful. Joel Embiid is an awesome regular season player and fucking dies and drops off. This is the point I'm making. Career for Shaquille O'Neal now. He played 18 years.
Yep.
It's 23, 11, and 3.
Yep.
Embiid looks better, yeah, but Shaq's last 7 years, he went from club to club. He wasn't even playing.
Yep.
So we're not even counting that. I'm going to read out 3 finals. This is what Shaq did in the finals. So in 99-2000, he averaged in the finals 38 points, 17 rebounds, and 3 blocks. In the finals. In 2001, when they went back-to-back, he averaged 33 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists.
Bloody hell.
In 2022, he averaged 36 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists.
2022.
2002.
I was going to say, holy shit.
For a guy who averages 23, so in all those three together, he averaged 34 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists. His whole, in finals, he elevates his game to a whole nother level. That's 3 in a row. He's also won 4 chips. He's won multiple scoring titles. He's an MVP winner. Joel Embiid hasn't got through the second round. Has not got through the second round and plays horribly and goes back. Shaq, for those 3 years, is arguably probably the most dominant player of all time. That is huge. And Joel Embiid didn't say this. This was on social media. And this is why you do feel sorry for the players sometimes, because they get all this pressure put on them by stupid comments like this. There is no world that Embiid is better than Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, you can say Kobe helped. In that first final series, Kobe averaged 16 points. For the other two, Kobe was a baller, but Shaq was the dominant one in the finals.
Yeah.
He would force people to get fouled out because they just couldn't contain him. Joel Embiid, you had James Harden, who hit 2 40-point games as well. Your stats dropped by 10 last year. By 10 points. Shaq's have gone up by 13. Who do you want? I'm a little bit frustrated. Joel Embiid, you're having a great year. Shaquille O'Neal has you covered.
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't say it's not a competition. But
It's absolutely a competition.
No, meaning like I wouldn't classify Shaq and Embiid in the same situation right now.
Shaq's in top 10 of all time.
That's what I'm saying.
Embiid's a top 40 player, top 50 player.
I don't think he's
Then he has
arguably close.
And hopefully, hey, by the way,
Embiid's
I'm loving Embiid. He's averaging 35 points. Like he's having a super year. But to say that his free throws make him better than Shaq, fine. If he does it in the playoffs, then we can talk. No, do it in the finals.
Do it when it matters.
Do it in the finals and then do it 3 times in a row.
Yeah. I think when it comes down to, and the whole reason you display the buzzer beaters, comes down to clutch moments, precious situations where you hit and you deliver. That's as simple as that. You saw that today. We watched that SGA, these Thunder team that are pretty young, coming out of pretty experienced Celtics. And you could see the difference. The last quarter showed. It's the same with Embiid. Okay, you might be a professional, you might be a personal accolade, you might get your MVP, you're playing pretty well, he's actually doing really well. If he can sustain that through the finals.
He is having an all-time year.
Yeah.
But he's got to a point now, he's got to do it in the playoffs. He hasn't even made the conference final.
Can we just, what are the 76ers right now on the ladder?
I think they're third.
Because that's like, as much as you can say, yep, it's all well said and good. You know, they're third. 23 and 10. They're playing
like
well.
It's been the last 3 years. You got the Celtics, Bucks, and the 76ers.
And then the Heat.
And then you got the Heat. Yep, absolutely.
Heat are humming along. Well, it's actually a very competitive. The East is very competitive up until the top 8.
East has gotten a bit stronger as the years progressed.
Do I keep saying the Heat or the East? I don't know.
I think both the statement was correct.
It was correct either way. Nah, I just, like I said, Embiid and Shaq are just not on the same level. Shaq played when it mattered most. And what are you playing for? We're not playing. This is the thing that pisses me off. You're not playing for the personal accolades. Like, if you're genuinely going into the NBA just to get an MVP and not... Could you imagine, like, all these players, right? We've spoken about it at length. Being a player that didn't win a chip, but you won an MVP, like a Harden. That would that would mess you.
I'll bring that list up, actually.
That would mess you because that's
Let me bring that list up.
But I don't know about anyone else out there who's a sport lover, who's played sport. I'm sure a lot of people have who are watching this.
So the list of players who you've got.
No worries, I was just talking. No,
Sorry, I was bringing the list up for you.
You go.
You got Charles Barkley, James Harden, Allen Iverson, Russell Westbrook, Joel Embiid.
There you go. He's on, and that's the thing that I look at. It's like, look, Russ would probably trade all his bloody.
Russ is doing everything he can
to win one.
He's also got a lot of money though.
Well, what was it? He's the second richest man aside from LeBron James, and KD's third
on net worth.
In the NBA currently playing
on the net worth.
Yep. Net worth, which is crazy. It's look at it and you're like, in the current roster. So you look at it and you're like, well, no wonder Russ is okay to be a bench player to get the win because, one, he's not struggling. You know, he's not a struggle player where he's not getting paid enough. He's got enough money in the world to sustain him and his family for the bloody decades.
Yeah.
Or centuries. So, look, I think that all those players would trade that MVP for a chip. Without doubt.
Correct. Well, and you know what, Joel's after the issues with Harden, he's actually come back. He's gotten better than he did last year. Maxi's gone along well. They need to make a conference final because the pressure is on them. The pressure is on them. Well, it's on Embiid.
Yeah.
It's on Embiid.
Now, guys, in the next episode, we are going to go through our top 10 players in the current NBA rosters. So we're going to start with our 10th. John and I will run through our 10th and we'll go through to number 1, but we'll do that one per episode, a little bit of a segment, because there's such a good list at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many good players, so many older players who, is LeBron going to be number 1?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Is LeBron going to be number 1? I don't think he's quite number 1 yet.
No.
Well, overall, but he's definitely going to be in the top 10.
But what I'm saying is you might not just rate it based on stats right now in this very moment. It's career over the course of who's in the NBA.
Are we going to do career? We're going to do the top 10 players currently playing.
Yeah.
Oh, so not who's better right now. Because they're two different things.
What do you want to do?
I'll do top 10 players playing right now.
All right, we'll do that.
No, I'm sorry, top 10 careers who are playing right now.
Yeah.
That's a good one because we get to do their whole career.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's all. That's cool. I'm excited for that.
Because that becomes a bit different to, the likes of, we'll just be pretty much reading out the MVP list. If we just went off
I think it's a little bit different. I think who I think is the best players in the game now doesn't necessarily, that won't be my order for who's got the best career.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Who's got the best career is definitely obvious.
Well, yeah.
LeBron wins that one. That's not close.
No, by no means.
But that's actually a very interesting one. That's a good one. I'm excited for that.
There's a lot of other ones.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. We're going to end this one now. It's nice and short and sharp. Join us for the next one. Don't forget, please like, subscribe, and turn the notifications on.
Ring the fucking bell.
Holy shit. You heard it here first. Thank you for watching, guys. We appreciate it. Thank you.